She's the chair of she's the chair of the top 20. All right, so here we go. Jess has the sharing capabilities. So this is our training for social media and digital marketing. I couldn't think of a better person to be facilitating this training for you guys. Y'all are in for a treat. She is like 100% responsible for what the amount of progress that we've made as an organization online, as well as what we do digitally, that's just really contributed to growing our brand. We were literally at one of our lunch presentation, and the presenter stopped his training just to say how everywhere that we were everywhere. And this is the person that's responsible for that. So if you want to duplicate that into your business, and you do, then you should have your paper, your journals out, your pens ready, take down as much notes as you can, because this is an amazing opportunity for you to tap into this person's knowledge base. She's because she's working so hard for us, she rarely has time to do things like this. So make sure you take advantage of the opportunity. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and give up my seat and offer the podium to the one and only Miss Jessica Joseph. It's on you, Jess. Jess, you still there?
I'm still here. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. There we go.
All right, perfect.
Jessica Joseph.
No, thank you, Mike, for that introduction. I really appreciate it. You know, it's been a pleasure to work with you, work with Brooks and Davis. You know, I've grown so much with the company, and it's an honor and a pleasure to be able to use my skills and you know, my passions really to help build the company. I feel that it's great. It's a great company, and collectively we're all doing great things. Now, can you all see our screen? My screen, I'm sorry. Well, shared presentation. Mike, are you still there, or did you walk out? Because I can't see anything. I'm full screen here with my presentation. Let me see if I can.
Boom. Yeah. Yeah, Jess. Yeah, we can see it, Jess. I'm just having a hard time getting to my unmute button. But yeah, we can see the screen.
Cool. And I appreciate that, Shannon, in the chat. I'm not gonna hold you guys too long. I do want to go over some of the basics of marketing and branding and things that you would need to definitely consider as you're putting yourself out into the digital space, into the social media world. Just to introduce myself here quickly, my name is Jay Joseph. Okay, known as the Tech Tutor. Today we'll be going over mastering social media and digital marketing for real estate success. I am a techie. I specialize in marketing. I love, you know, to help people who really struggle with technology. I know that there are a lot of agents who struggle, but want to be more active when it comes to social media, want to get their face out there, but just don't really know what to do and how to do it. So I am known to create simple strategies that deliver results. And I also help those who are already comfortable using technology and social media get more done every day. All right. Some things that we'll be going over today is a quick overview. It's personal branding and positioning, content. Let me go ahead and hide this here for you guys so we can hide floating meeting. Content creation, storytelling, social media strategy development, website development, optimization, email marketing campaigns, and performance tracking and analysis. So we may, you know, get to the end here. The last three, I've done some trainings prior to this one. I believe it was last year. So I do encourage you guys to go over to our YouTube channel, check out some of those trainings that we've done in the past, specifically on social media, digital marketing, website, how to use your website to generate leads, video marketing, all of those things are included, as well as email marketing. So take a look at those on YouTube. And we'll be touching on some of that today as well. All right, so let's go over personal branding and positioning. I want you guys to unmute your mic. This is going to be kind of laid back. Those who, don't mind. What is personal branding and why is it important for real estate, for your real estate business? I'm going to give you the answer, but I want to know from your perspective, when you think about personal branding, what does that mean to you, or what have you seen?
I think it's important because it like makes you different from other people.
Absolutely. What's your name? I can't see who's speaking.
Nancy, hey.
What's going on? Definitely. Thank you for your input on that. Thank you for your input. And you're absolutely right. What is it that makes you different? And so that's what my mouse is acting up, guys, so I apologize. But personal branding is how individuals market themselves and their careers as brands. And it is especially crucial for real estate agents to have a personal brand. It is the process of establishing a unique identity, just as you said, Chancellor, a unique identity and reputation for oneself, and encompasses one's values, your strengths, your expertise, and your personality traits. Okay, so all of that last portion there, all of that right there makes up who you are, your identity, and ultimately is what's going to make you stand out, because truthfully, there's no one like you. All right. And so that's why I wanted to start, I'm giving up on this thing here. It keeps skipping me forward. But that's why it's so important. That's why I wanted to start with branding, because we can put content out all day. We can post whatever, just to be present. But what is it really doing? How is it reflecting on who it is that you are as a person, your business? Why would anyone want to do business with you? All of those things that need to be considered. And so standing out in a market such as real estate, with it being so competitive and so many agents fighting for clients, you have to put some intention into your business and what you're doing, what makes you unique. Why would someone want to do business with you versus somebody else? And like I said, being that we are all different and we all have something unique, we need to be able to identify that, so it kind of gives us that edge, maybe over someone else. All right. Do we have any questions or comments so far? No, this is just kind of. All right. So in thinking about why we want to have a personal brand, and like I said, you want to be that one that stands out. One thing that a brand does is it builds that trust and credibility. People want to do business with those that they know, like, and trust. So a strong personal brand can build that trust and that credibility with your clients, okay? Clients are more likely to choose an agent they perceive as trustworthy and knowledgeable, okay? In getting to the clients and attracting opportunities, first you need to, again, like I said, have a well-defined brand, so that you know how it is that you can speak to those people that you're looking to do business with. As you put yourself out there, and that's what social media is all about, is about putting yourself out there, putting yourself in front of those people, so that they can see who you are, what do you stand for, what do you value. Those are the type of people, and as you put it out there and as it resonates with people, it's going to attract them, and they're going to want to do business. You're going to attract more than like the same individuals, that carry those same values as you.
Hey, Jess,
Yes.
I want to let you know I'm gonna be looking at the chat.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, because I can't see it. I appreciate it. And so, like I said, as you're putting yourself out there, you're going to get opportunities. You're going to attract those who like what it is that you're doing, who trust you, who say, oh, but this person is knowledgeable. It seems like, they know what it is that they're doing. I see this person is a family man, a family woman. Oh, they like bowling. Or, it's all about how it is that you put yourself out there. is what creates those opportunities, but you have to put yourself out there. All right. Crafting compelling content and branding. That's what we'll go over here next. The role of content is conveying your expertise, showcasing listings, and engaging with potential clients. So as you're doing that, like I said, people want to do business with those that they know, like, and trust. As they see you displaying and putting yourself out there, showing your expertise, giving them information about the latest trends, the latest information in terms of real estate, they're going to be looking at that. They're going to want to see, okay, well, what's active on the market, or can I even purchase? Can I even buy? And as you're putting yourself out there and showcasing your listings, people will eventually start to engage and they will start to ask questions. It's just all about how it is that you are delivering that message. All right. Going back to the brand, okay, some things to consider. And I believe that majority of people probably skip over this. I can say that I've been guilty of this at one point until it is that I became aware of it on a deeper level, and that is your brand voice. Okay, your brand voice represents your personality and values. It refers to the unique personality and tone that you convey through your communication, both online and offline. It encompasses the language, the style, and attitude used to communicate with clients, your colleagues, and in the community. So, how many of you all have heard of brand voice, or do you feel that you have a brand voice? What would be an example you would say is a brand voice? Just based off of your current knowledge.
Laverne says she never heard of it, but she loved it.
Nice. Okay, perfect. Well, I'm really glad we're doing this then. So today you should be slightly educated on this, and definitely I'm going to be encouraging you all to do some homework towards the end of this to really be able to identify this brand voice, okay? Let's define your brand voice and choose a consistent style for your content. All right. Just like individuals around brands have personalities. Okay. Your brand voice should reflect your personality traits such as friendliness, professionalism, enthusiasm, or empathy. Okay. So that when I ask the question, well, what is brand voice? What would that sound like? What would that be like? That's your personality. One thing for you, Laverne, I could say you're definitely a people person. You have a great personality. You're very friendly and you love to talk with people. That's your brand speaks without, in a sense, maybe without even putting too much thought in it, but because it's how you display yourself, not necessarily so much online, but like I said, brand voice is also displayed offline. Okay. For an example, an agent who prides himself on being approachable or down to earth may use a conversational tone in their communication, while a more formal agent may adopt a more professional and authoritative voice. By developing a brand voice that authentically, I cannot speak today, guys, I'm like, reflects who you are and what you stand for, you can establish stronger connections with your clients. So once you start to develop this brand, like I said, you're going to start to attract people based off of what it is that you're putting out there. You're going to start to build those connections. You're going to start to find things in common with people, maybe that you never even knew that they were into that type of thing, and they didn't, and vice versa. But it ultimately also differentiates you from others in the industry. Okay. Any questions or any comments in terms of brand? Can anyone say what their brand voice is, or do they have an idea or any thoughts about what they think it would be?
So Chancey put in the chat that she's actually never heard a brand voice, but she thinks of me. Oh, Chancey.
Nice, nice. So let me ask you, Chancey, and you can put it in the chat. When you think of him, right? What do you think? Like, what is it that resonates with you? What stands out with Mr. Davis's brand voice? And I'll wait for the response. Mike, just read it off once you get it. But if anyone else has any thoughts or ideas in terms of Mr. Davis as an example, what his brand voice would be, definitely would love to hear. All right.
Okay. Oh, go ahead. Oh, that's me. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna ditto to Chauncey.
I'm sorry, it's an
Because
echo. Now I
just
want to
to
make sure it's not on my end.
Okay.
Hold on, Jess, we gonna figure it out.
All right.
I know. What about now?
Yeah, it's perfect now.
I still hear echo.
Yeah.
You wasn't doing that when I was talking to Vern.
Energy in there now. You. Should be a real.
It's not gonna do it. I don't think we're gonna be able to do it.
Mike, you might have to be the voice for the room.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to be the voice. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so what do you want to say, Laverne?
Is the TV too loud?
Maybe the TV too loud.
Yeah.
Turn it down a little bit. All right. What about now? Yeah, that's better.
Okay.
Okay.
So I think the energy that Mr. Davis has, and I think we both have it, he has a lot more. And I think that energy is what exudes to put the company out there.
Nice.
So when you're coaching, when you're teaching, for all the social media platforms you have, we hear you everywhere. I don't stand in sight. When I stand in sight, I'm like, right, this face on my screen. You know, looking on social media and the different social books and David, you know, the podcast and all will pop up on my phone. Because I am on YouTube.
Absolutely. No, I couldn't agree more. I mean, Mr. Davis is extremely high,
So thank you, Jen.
energetic. Yeah, absolutely. He has high energy. I mean, you'll see it on YouTube. Anytime he's doing Monday Night Live, he comes on and he's there. You know, he's always on 15. And that's a part of his brand. Like when you think about it, it's just the way that you guys were able to just identify it that quickly. It just shows, you know, okay, he's doing something, you know, and it not only shows offline, it shows as well when he's online and when he's marketing and when he's doing content for social media. All right, going back to the brand, just to give you guys some examples, because I mean, we touched on the person who has more of a relaxed approach, a more friendly, approachable approach, would definitely be me, a more relaxed and type of deal. We talked about the more professional type of individual brand voice. So an example of an approachable and down to earth type of tone would be a conversational tone. Hey there, I'm excited to help you find your dream home. Let's grab a coffee and chat about your preferences. Okay. And that person would more than likely use informal language like, hi folks, you know, I'm here to make your home buying journey as stress-free as possible. Feel free to shoot me a message anytime. Relatable content will be sharing personal anecdotes or experiences related to real estate, such as moving stories or home renovation tips. And engagement will be responding to comments and messages with warmth and friendliness using emojis, GIFs, however you say, I don't ever use them, to add personality to interactions, but I do use the emojis. All right, so that's that approachable down to earth. Now let's compare that now to the more formal and authoritative tone. All right, they're going to use more of a more professional language. Greetings. As a seasonal real estate professional with over a decade of experience, I am committed to providing you with top-notch service and expertise. I don't know, that just gives me Mr. Davis right up top with the just sharing who it is that he is, his professional background, how it is that he can assist, how it is that he can help others based off of the knowledge that he's obtained and the value that he can provide to others. Very professional. Okay. Polished communication. Dear prospective clients, it would be my pleasure to assist you in navigating the complexities of the real estate market. Please do not hesitate to reach out for personalized guidance. You would more than likely see educational content, absolutely. Sharing industry insights, market trends, and expert advice through articles or webinars. And in Mr. Davis' case, we just talking about you, Mr. Davis, today. And I can't help it because I'm working with you. But through his podcast. I
Hey,
mean,
it's all good, Jess. It's all good.
he's Coach Mike, so you'll see that in the marketing. You'll see that in his when he's interacting with you guys on a firsthand basis. Okay. And then lastly, authority building, showcasing certifications, awards, testimonials from satisfied clients to establish credibility and trustworthiness. All right. So that's that's just examples of how it is that a brand voice would put themselves out there, or what you would see based off of that person's personality, their values, all of those things, how they conduct business. That's an example of your brand voice. Any questions about that? Any thoughts, any comments in terms of the examples that I provided on brand voice? All right, let's move along here. Feel free to get in the chat or interrupt me if you have any questions, all right? Once you've identified your brand voice, now it's time to figure out the strategy, okay, on how it is that you are going to put yourself out there, put your brand out there, and for it to be received, right? Because making sure that what you feel, what you're thinking, your voice is, people actually see that same thing, okay? And that's having a strategic plan when using your social media for personal branding and marketing. That's very important, okay? All right, social media. As we all know, social media is a great tool for the real estate business, okay? It's offering unparalleled opportunities for marketing, branding, customer engagement, data-driven decision-making, all the above. We can't get away from social media at this point. It's there. It's a great tool. It's a way for us to put our personalities out there, our services, to the public on a mass scale. So if you're not really savvy on social media, it's really not an option at this point. Like you just gotta do what you need to do, get the training, sit with Coach Mike, as you all are here learning more about it, on ways that you can improve and increase your social media branding, your content. All right. And in creating your plan, your social media plan, one of the things that's very important for you to do is to identify your target market. Okay. Identify those things that identify who you're speaking with, what would that person be interested in, like I said, how will they receive you? How will they receive the content that you're putting out there? So understanding the demographic, the interests and preferences of your target audience is crucial as a real estate agent in order to develop tailored marketing strategies, personalized communication, increase relevance and engagement, improve conversion rates, gain a competitive advantage, and build long-term relationships with the client. Okay. By investing time and effort into understanding your audience, agents can position themselves for success in a dynamic and competitive real estate market. Because now you know exactly who you're speaking to. You know what type of content that you want to start making, and putting it out there. So all of those things, those two things right there in itself put you at an advantage for that person who's just idly just putting anything out there, you know, that doesn't speak to who it is that they are, what it is they stand for, how their value that they can offer, their expertise, any of those things. Okay. Boom, boom. Let's go back. Make sure I didn't skip anything. All right, let me give you some examples. All right, so as far as target market, and as you're thinking about, okay, well, what would my target market possibly be? If the target audience consists of maybe young families, you may want to focus on highlighting family-friendly neighborhoods when it comes to your marketing. Schools, amenities, and the amenities would be in your marketing material. All right. If the target audience values sustainability and eco-friendly living, if that's something that you're into, I definitely am into that part of in my lifestyle and things that I'm pushing for. You can highlight energy efficient features and green building certifications in your property listings. And that's just like, you know, that's a rating. That's something as far as when it comes to anything that would speak to that speak to that audience in terms of sustainable living, eco-friendly type of products or services, highlighting things within the home that feed that interest, right? All right. Any questions about what I've said so far in terms of the target audience? Does anyone have an idea of what their target audience is, or have they put any thought? Have you all put any thought into that? All right, you will be on the journey to do so soon. Okay. You got your strategy down. Well, you're getting your strategy down. You want to start to think about, okay, what platforms am I using? What do I plan to use? You really should try and use as many as possible, but understand that they are different and that sometimes that your content may be more appropriate for one platform more than another. Okay, so what I've done here is just put together some of the strengths of Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and then also Twitter. X, formerly known as Twitter. All right. Now, something that we've started to do here at Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm, we've included LinkedIn more, and we've started to generate articles. Okay, as you can see here, we'll start with LinkedIn. I'm starting backwards, or a little bit in the middle. LinkedIn's the strengths, professional networking, thought leadership. You have a lot more business to business opportunities. Okay, when it comes to LinkedIn, it's a more of a professional platform. So with that, you would put industry insights, market trends, thought leadership articles. That's something that you'll see, and hopefully you guys have been paying attention to Mr. Davis' social media. He's been releasing some articles, very good articles there for you guys to read on. If you're not connected with them, make sure you get connected. Facebook, you have a wide audience with reach when it comes to Facebook. Facebook is diverse. You can put out diverse content in different formats, and it has targeted advertising. Some of the content types that you may put on Facebook are property listings, blog posts, client testimonials, virtual tours. If you've noticed with the Brooks and Davis website, Facebook page, we have a lot of our long form, our content. We put our podcasts on there. We have any listings that we may have, our client testimonials. You'll see that they're on Facebook as well. On Instagram, their strengths is more of a visual appeal. It has an engaged user base and storytelling. All right, so high quality property photos, interior design, inspiration. You may see quotes on there, motivational, all kinds of things from a visual appeal aspect when it comes to Instagram. Before and after shots. For X Twitter, strengths would be real-time updates, network opportunities, hashtag visibilities. You can use hashtags there to help get your help people find what it is that you're specifically posting on. And content types would be market updates, industry news, quick tips, engagement with industry influencers. What are some of the platforms you guys use right now, or what's the one you use the most, or is there anyone that's literally using all of them currently?
She she say all of them except the Twitter, Laverne, and then Keith said all of them except LinkedIn. You do X Twitter.
Nice. Go back here, guys. Sorry about that. All right. So you're putting you got your brand, you're getting your brand voice together, you got your plan, you figured out your where it is that you're posting, and you're getting that information and that content out. You have to engage, okay? Social media is to be social, all right? The importance of engaging with your audience on social media. Engaging with your audience on social media is crucial for building your relationships, increasing brand loyalty, boosting visibility and reach, gaining valuable insights, humanizing your brand, and ultimately driving the conversions in sales, right? That's what you're really, I mean, we're on social media. We ultimately, when we're in real estate, we want to close deals, we want to do business, we want to get referrals. But something that I know and what I've seen with other agents as well is that as you're engaging, whether it's with a client, someone looking to buy or sell, or maybe it's another agent, there's opportunity there for you to do business. And it's thinking about just the agents as you're putting yourself out there. It could be someone in another state that's seeing what it is that you're doing, seeing, you know, that you are an expert, that you're putting out information about the local market, or maybe a program that no one else is speaking about or they haven't heard of, say out in California or wherever it is, and they say, hey, look, I have someone who's looking to move to Texas, you know. But it's about being able to engage and to have that conversation and actually going back and forth and creating that rapport. A deal can come from that, you know, but it's all about you putting yourself out there, you responding when people are reaching out to you as well, because there definitely might be some opportunity. All right. By prioritizing active engagement and fostering meaningful interactions with your audience, you can create a thriving community around your brand and establish a strong presence in this competitive market. As people are seeing you and as you're engaging with them, like it says above, is that it's humanizing you. You're not just some bot sitting behind a computer, you know, or AI. You actually are having your, why am I gonna say that? You know, yeah. They have AI going now where it's actually is chatting with you, but still I feel like there's something about that personal, when someone knows, okay, oh, this person's genuine, this person really knows what they're talking about, I feel like I can trust them. I like the way that they do business. They're very professional when I interact with them, very knowledgeable. Those things I don't feel like you can really duplicate by bot or systems. You know, it's something about your personality that ultimately is going to draw people in. And really at this day, you know, you are putting your personality, somewhat of your personality and your tone even into AI now, if you're doing it correctly. You just have to be aware of what is my tone, what is my brand voice, because if you are familiar with ChatGPT, some of those options are that, you know, what's the tone that you want to, you know, put out there? Is it going to be emotional? Is it going to be professional? But if you can't identify that or don't know who your target market is, you're just taking whatever, and it starts to sound and be, you know, not as authentic. The importance of consistency and frequency in your posting and your content. All right, so now that we're engaging with people, it's about staying consistent. Don't just put something out there and they don't hear from you again. They'll forget about you. In real estate, you have to stay relevant. You have to people need to know that you're in real estate. Someone just hit me up the other day on social media, just based off of some posts that I had posted. You say, oh, yeah, you do real estate. I remember. It was a reminder, to them. So the more that you put yourself out there, the more people we're seeing, it's going to stay embedded in their mind that, okay, oh, I know someone who does real estate. And then if they do forget, if you're, posting consistently, when they see it, they just may hit you up. So going here, consistency and frequency in posting content are essential for building brand recognition, maintaining your audience engagement, and establishing trust and credibility in real estate. Keep posting. Find out what your brand voice is. Put intention into your content and what it is that you're putting out there, how it is that you can draw people, and continue to do it. Find a schedule. Use a content calendar, which is what here speaks here. By creating a content calendar and sticking to a consistent posting schedule, you can effectively manage your social media marketing efforts and achieve your business goals. So there are those tools and resources there if you feel like you're not going to, it's not a habit for you now to post, like what we're doing here 3 times a day, 15 times a week, or until you build that muscle up. You may want to go ahead and get you a content calendar and start planning out. Some people you can use Trello, you can use Canva actually, Hootsuite. Some of those things allow you to pre-plan your posts. It does require you to take some time. Maybe you do it at the beginning of your week. You plan out your post, or if you're able to do it on the spot, it's just all about being consistent, and maybe you can schedule it to post at the times that best work for your audience. Any questions so far? We touched on social media, branding. Now we're just gonna quickly I have a few slides about the benefit of a real estate website. A lot of people are going to social media these days to learn, about people. I know that I do. If I hear about a business, I'm going to check them out on Instagram. I want to see where they are in the digital world.
Hey, Jeff, hold on. We
Yes,
got questions. They acting like they don't want to ask these questions, bro. But we're going to ask these questions.
all right.
All right. What was the question?
Okay, so she spoke about being consistent, but what will be the best time to approach the public?
So you heard the question, Jeff?
I heard about being consistent. What would be the best what?
So like if you're gonna be consistent, is there a particular day of the time of the day or time, like I guess people would recommend like a particular time of day to, or what
Right.
does consistency look like?
Yeah, consistency is
Yeah.
posting as much as you can, in a sense. There will be a time where you will, and we'll talk about that here shortly, where you will start to analyze what you're doing. But right now, the most important thing when I'm saying consistency is to be able to post as much as you can without maybe getting, you can almost get on people's nerves. But posting consistent, like I said, we're doing 3 times a day. That's 15 times a week. The more people are seeing you, the more content you can put out, that's better. Now, once you've gotten a routine and you're putting stuff out, now you can start to look at the numbers and you can start to look at the data and analyze, okay, well, I'm getting the most response during this time of day. Most of my people, they stay up late at night. So, getting off work, they like to be on social media. This may be the best time. So ultimately you're going to have to identify and get familiar with your audience. But in the beginning stages, really just try and post as much as you can as much relevant content to your personal brand as possible. And you can only really find out the best times is by trying and just doing it. Because even the algorithms and Facebook and Instagram, they won't know unless you're doing it. And they do have those tools in the back end, in the back office, to kind of help and assist you by saying, okay, these may be the best times for you to do that, but you have to start posting and posting frequently. Does that answer your question? Makes sense?
Yes, she said yes.
All right, perfect. Thank you for your question. All right, the
Now,
permit,
Laverne had a question, huh?
yes.
Well, it was basically that with her, and I guess you do have to know your audience. Cause I posted something earlier, when I saw on Google, it said between 7 and 9, it gave you different time. And when I post those time frames. I know on Instagram, like, you can look at your insights and it'll tell you like most of the followers, they engage with you. It's like mine is between 12 and 3, but it gets different for the insights.
All right, they teaching themselves, Jeff.
Cool, love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right. The
Hold on,
perfect,
Laverne got a question.
I love this.
I don't know. Have you started on this yet?
Have I
Laverne gonna have a question when you get there.
Okay. So I feel like as far as the websites are concerned, it's it says here, you can put you can showcase your listings, definitely, provide valuable information. You should be doing that there on social media, as well as on your website. Now, it may look extremely different, in terms of how it is that you're delivering the information, but it should still have some ultimately be valuable to that client, or when they come there, that they're getting something from it. Okay. So you do want to think through your website, on what it is that you want that person to get, with maybe even not overloading them, or putting the information there so they can do the research for, go a little deeper than what social media allows you to do. Okay, but you just have to think it through. And I feel like it definitely can establish credibility. I don't know, and you guys tell me, has it ever been that point where you like, oh, they don't have a website, or I can't find them, or I don't know if I want to do business with them? Has anyone thought that with any type of company, person? Or if you can't find them, you rather go with someone you can do
Yeah,
something?
I've definitely experienced that.
Yeah, for sure. So even though social media may be the first thing that they run to, don't count out the fact that they want to go a little deeper, and a website allows you to do that, and it offers that credibility. All right, key elements of a successful real estate website: user-friendly design. I'm big on that. Make it user-friendly. Don't overcomplicate it where people get lost and they just give up. All right. Your property listings, being able to find more information on your listings. You're trying to do business. You're trying to get the property sold. So definitely put that on there. They want to know that you're active, that you're doing business, and they want to learn more about you, who you are and what you're about. As well, of course, you need to have your contact information and the best ways to get a hold of you. Now you can do a landing page. It doesn't have to, like I say, it doesn't have to be complicated. You could have 2 tabs with a contact at the bottom, just about me, and your property listings or something, or a way that you can gather their contact information, or for them to reach you and for you to get their information. And you all can go back and forth if they have questions, or if you want to deliver some content or value to them in the future. A website can offer that capability. All right, moving on to email marketing. Because this is all about, when we talk about social media marketing, you have your digital marketing. It goes beyond, the platforms that we discussed earlier: Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, so forth. Email marketing is a great way to stay on top of people's mind and to build long-term relationships. You do have those who aren't active on social media that still prefer to get, emails. And that you would be hitting those people. So you don't want to miss anyone, especially if you have thought through your content and you have value that you offer. Get those people who are active with their email, and they can get it both ways, social and email, if they are. Some key when using email marketing as part of your personal branding strategy, there are benefits. You can reach a targeted audience. So as you're gathering those emails, let's say you're using Constant Contact, which is an email marketing system that we use. There's also MailChimp. I believe both of them are free for a certain amount of contacts or emails.
Nah, contact, you got to pay out the dope.
Okay, MailChimp is free. I think you get 1,000. Maybe. I have to double check. Or just do some research on it. There are tools out there where you can start to create you an email database and start to generate campaigns. One thing I do want to say in terms of email marketing, and one reason why you do want to take it implement it into your branding strategy is because social media, as we've seen last year and then just recently, it can go out. You cannot have access to your audience. And so if that were to ever happen, by having an email database and having those contacts through email, you have an alternative way to get your messaging out to those individuals, no matter what, happens in terms of social media. Okay. So have a backup plan for your backup plan. All right. Reaching the target audience. We spoke about that, delivering personalized messages and generating leads. A lot of times in those Constant Contact or MailChimp emails, you can have it to where you can set up a landing page and things in that system to where you can gather their information based off of the marketing that you put out there. Say you're having an event or whatever it is that you're putting out there. Hey guys, I'll be here this week, networking. If you'd like to join me, I'll send you the details. Or however, now you're gathering their information. And you know that those are individuals who like to do some of the same things that you do, and who you could possibly start to do business with as you all engage at those networking opportunities. Any questions about email marketing? Right. If so, just let me know. All right, and we're getting towards the end here, but this is where it speaks on analyzing the performance. As you're doing the work, you don't want to do it in vain and not know that it's being effective. So data-driven insights are essential for making informed decisions and optimizing your strategy. You may come up with a strategy today and it not work, or it not be the best. You could do more, or based off of the data that you've received after a certain amount of time, you're saying, oh, well, I need to make these adjustments. Maybe 9 o'clock is not the best time to post, or maybe I'm sending out too many emails and people and all my subscribers are asking not to be a part of it, of my mailing list. Or maybe you're not doing enough in terms of your campaign. So being able to analyze the performance, whether that's your views, the back end office of, how many people are opening your emails, how many people are responding, what type of engagement are you receiving? Is anything converting to business? Those are things that you want to start to look at and keep an eye on. We're doing marketing with our new Houston real estate channel and doing ads in that aspect, getting it out there to the people. But we want to know when at the end of the campaign, once the campaign is over, okay, is this working? Are we getting more views by doing it this way? Are we getting more engagement doing it this way? So those are all the things that you want to consider and take a look at as you are putting your marketing and your content out to make sure that you're being as effective as possible. Alright, some key performance indicators, okay, called KPIs for personal branding. Like I mentioned, it could be your website traffic, your social media engagement, email open rate, and lead conversions. All right. So those are some of the data that you'll be analyzing as you're putting out your marketing and the content. All right. So I have some homework for you guys. And I encourage you guys to set up a coaching session with Mr. Davis to assist you in working through this. It may not come to you, overnight. It may take some in-depth thought, but start to reflect on your own personal brand as a real estate agent or a future real estate agent. Consider your strengths, your values, and unique selling points. Really think about those, what makes you unique. Brainstorm on ways that you can start building your personal brand, such as through social media, either networking events or community involvement. Because remember, your brand voice is not just on social media, it's also when you're offline. You need to think about offline marketing as well. Having your shirt on or your Brooks and Davis shirt on. Like, man, you always supporting the brand, or you're always, representing for your brokerage, or you always have a suit on, you're always professional. Those things stand out and connect with people. And as you do it, whatever that is, as you do it consistently, people will begin to recognize it, especially at events and so forth. And your community involvement. Okay. So just think about those ways of how it is that you can build your brand. Right. Research successful real estate agents and analyze their personal branding strategies. Okay, start after this training that we've had, start to pay more attention the next time you get on social media and start looking up some agents and say, oh, I see that that's their brand, that they're consistently doing that. And see how it is that you can do the same, but with your own unique way and style. All right. I don't know why that's there. Email marketing campaign, can't recall. Identify key elements of these agents and brands and reflect on how they can apply similar principles. Yeah, I said that to your own brand. And I do want you guys just to start to think about a campaign that you ultimately want to start putting out there. To share with the general public your services and who it is that you are. Start to work through that, get a strategy together on how you want to show up to the world in terms of your real estate business and get it done. Any questions, guys?
Well, I might have a question.
You say you have a question?
Yeah.
Who am I speaking with?
Oh, this is David.
All right, David.
Okay. Well, when you're trying to reach a target audience, you were talking about reaching reaching out to the young, just as an example, you were
Right,
talking about reaching out to the younger population versus certain. I guess what are some creative ways to get involved with reaching out and figuring out what your niche audience is? Is it just pretty much trial and error?
Okay, so I get you're saying, how would you figure out what your niche audience is?
Right.
All right. Do you one, I would start with what are your interests? What is it that about you that may resonate with a particular audience? I don't know. Like, for example, well, no, I can't say that. Okay, you have someone maybe who is a vet, maybe
Hmm.
their audience would be, or they have an interest in that, then, they can speak on that, they have a history, a background on that. So targeting that community of people and offering resources and information to them
Okay.
would be a way to go about that. Like they said in the example with, well, they said families, you're going to be focused on families. Usually they may have kids, younger children, so they want to know more about the school system and, things that would help their children develop and things of that nature, or maybe some activities and things within the community that may speak to that particular audience. Does that make sense? Like, you just gotta,
Yeah.
yeah, see what it is that someone can resonate with you. Where would be one way to go about it. And then
Okay.
you don't know,
Now you.
right? Listen, right? Maybe you don't know, or maybe you just can't think of anything that resonates, that you can just put out there, like I just said, as far as the vets. But as you're putting out content and just, maybe you don't have that niche, but you'll find it as you're putting it out. Be like, oh, people really like this when I'm speaking about maybe apartments, or when I'm touring these luxury apartments, just doing it on my off time, I'm noticing I'm getting a lot more engagement, or people
Okay.
really like that, um that would be something to consider and think about,
Okay. Appreciate that.
that. Anyone else? Well, I hope that this training, it wasn't very long, and there, I mean, as you know, social media is so big, and we have a full month going over this stuff. I mean, we're gonna have a panel here coming up where you guys can ask more questions, and I'm gonna want to know, some of the research that you all have done and some of the thoughts that you've had after this, in terms of your marketing plan, in terms of your brand voice. But be ready to, ask the panel some questions. We'll have that coming up. I'll be there to answer any questions that you all have in terms of that. Any way that I can, be of assistance, let me know. But I really do encourage you guys to sit with Mr. Davis. I've worked with him closely in terms of the branding and the strategy, really, is what I would say more importantly in terms of social media marketing. And the voice, what is your message really ultimately saying, your your call to action, all of those things need to be thoroughly thought out. And once you do that part, things start to become a lot easier for you. But it's what I found, like I said, even for myself at a particular point in time, it's like you just have to sit down and do it. You got to just put that in that thorough thought into it, so that you make sure that it's consistent, because you want your brand to be consistent. If you're all over the place, it just makes it harder for people to really identify what it is that you are about and want to do business with you. I hope you guys enjoyed this training. We will have this uploaded here on YouTube for you guys. And again, I do encourage you guys to take a look back at our previous recordings and trainings that we've had on social media marketing.
Yeah, no, you did a excellent job, Jess.
No, thanks, Mike.
And of course, it was what I expected anyway. I'm just going to impress upon them again. I know you mentioned it numerous times, but I'm going to say it as well, to do your coaching session.
Yeah.
All right. That's where we can really come together and dig into these things together, help when it comes to strategy, help when it comes to voice, because ultimately you want to be effective in whatever you do. Jess gave a lot of great knowledge. She got a lot of great resources, but they're not going to do you any good if you don't apply any of it. And that's where we can come in and assist. So make sure you do that. Schedule your coaching sessions. Make sure you participate in the panel that we're putting together. The panel of powerful people like Jess are going to come in and just give you all kind of insights and ideas and things to take away. Make sure you do your homework, huh, Jess? Make sure they do
Yeah,
their homework.
yeah, homework.
So you'll be getting a pop quiz on the day of that we do the panel. With that being said, if we don't have any other questions, man, you all go out there and be great, and we'll be talking to you soon.
Perfect. Thank you guys. Take care.
Thank you.
You're welcome. My pleasure.